Welcome to a Teaching Every Writer sneak peek. The full online course is coming in October of 2019, but in the meantime, we are excited to share with you this free 12-week series, which is going to give you loads of helpful information and free printables. This is brought to you by me, Anna Geiger, and my colleague, Becky Spence. Please visit our blogs to get on our email lists and get loads of free resources in the meantime. With that, let's kick off this series with our first video, What do K-2 writers need to learn? We recently released a survey asking our readers what they most wanted to learn about teaching writing in K-2, and overwhelmingly, this was the most common request. I need a scope and sequence. What exactly should I teach in kindergarten, first and second grade, and when? Well, you might have done what we have and Googled it and found nothing. The reason is that it's very difficult to create a scope and sequence for teaching writing because so many things have to happen at once. It's not quite the same for a subject such as math, where each skill tends to build on the previous one. Writing and teaching writing are a lot more complicated. Let's take a look at 9 categories of things that our writers need to learn. They need to learn engagement, composing with pictures, how to find ideas, proper word choice, adding details, focus and organization, the writing process, conventions, and spelling. Inside the full online course, we're going to share 2 charts that are going to really help you plan out what to teach. Let's take a sneak peek. One of those looks like this. You'll find 9 charts, one for each of those categories. This one is for spelling. On the left, you will see a list of skills for each topic, and then on the right, you will see in which grade levels to focus on those skills. These overview charts will be a huge help, but we'll also be giving you quick reference charts which tell you exactly what to teach in each grade. That's all coming in October, but don't worry, we're not going to leave you empty-handed in the meantime. In this video, we'll take a brief look at each of those 9 areas, and we'll also share a printable 1-page chart to get you started. Let's start with engagement. By engagement, we mean that our students are going to learn to write for extended periods of time, at least 20 to 40 minutes by the end of the year. They're going to write without worrying if it's perfect. They'll learn to work with a writing partner to give and receive feedback, and they'll learn what to do when they're stuck, so that they can solve their writing problems without interrupting you. Composing with pictures is a skill we want all our K-2 writers to know, but it's something we'll focus more on in kindergarten. We'll teach our writers how to think of something they know and use pictures and words to put their ideas on paper. We'll teach them how to draw what's important to their story, even if it's hard to draw. They'll add details to their picture to tell more, and we'll teach them how to talk about their pictures, telling it like a story. So for example, a child at the beginning of the year might show you a picture of her and her dog and tell you, this is me and my dog. But eventually she'll learn to read it like this. I took my dog for a walk. Next, we want all our students in K-2 to find their own ideas for writing. Now, in Teaching Every Writer, we will give you many, many ideas for helping them find their own topics, because they will certainly need your support. But for now, we'll just say they need to find their own topics during writing time. The next skill is word choice. Even our kindergarten writers can learn to use onomatopoeia, which are simply sound words. All our students can learn to write words that are important to their topic. Sometimes children are afraid to write long words because they don't know how to spell them, but we teach them to use all the words they need. They can learn to use interjections, alliteration, and simple similes and metaphors. And as they get older, our students learn to use specific nouns and strong verbs. Using details is a big one, and this is going to look different, again, depending on the grade level. So for example, in kindergarten, adding details might be adding a single word or a sentence to a picture. Students can learn to add dialogue with speech bubbles. Eventually, they'll add details about characters and setting. This could be just adding details to the picture. Later on, it may have to do with inserting sentences and even paragraphs. We'll teach our students to add details to tell more, or to clear up possible confusion. And then as they get more advanced, they can magnify small moments with added details. Let's talk about focus and organization. In K-2, we teach them to think about the kind of writing they're going to do to help them decide how to organize it. So for example, if a child is writing a how-to book, they may need 1 page for each step of how to do something. If they're writing a story, they might have 1 page for the beginning, 3 pages for the middle, and 1 page for the end. We teach our children that stories have a beginning, middle, and end, and we show them how to use mentor texts to find inspiration for strong beginnings and strong endings. As they get older, students can learn to add text features to nonfiction, which could be as simple as writing a caption under a picture. They learn to use transition words and eventually write simple paragraphs. The writing process is something you're likely familiar with: pre-writing, writing, revising, editing, and publishing. It's going to look different depending on our students' grade level. But everyone can think or talk about what they'll write before they begin. Even kindergartners can choose the purpose and audience for their writing. And then they're going to learn to revise by adding words, rearranging pages, adding more information, making words stronger, and so on. This skill gets more advanced as children get older. Even kindergartners can learn to use a simple editing checklist. That checklist will get more detailed as our students get more advanced. And then all of our students can learn to use their best handwriting when publishing their work for an audience. Conventions and spelling will cover together, and again, these will look different depending on the grade level. Young students can write 1 or more sentences about a picture. Kindergartners can put spaces between words, use lowercase letters most of the time, capitalize sentences, and end with punctuation. As they get older, students learn to follow more capitalization rules, use commas in a series in other places, and use the correct end punctuation. Even kindergartners can spell words on a word wall correctly, and as our students get older, they learn more and more strategies for spelling hard words. We hope you enjoyed this sneak peek of Teaching Every Writer. We look forward to sharing more videos with you. Don't forget to download your free chart at the end of this blog post, and we'll see you in October.